David Roge. He's the Director of Business Development at Constant Contact. And Constant Contact, as many of us know, is the world's leading email marketing company, helps businesses get new customers via email. We also have Elise King from NYC Ties, and NYC Ties is a New York-based non-profit, and they work with charities to strengthen local communities. So without further ado, let's get started right away. So today what we are going to discuss is the importance of mobile for SMBs. We also conducted a research with Borel Research. We are the world's leading SMB firm, and we'll examine what SMBs are doing specifically in terms of mobile advertising in today's climate. Then David Roge is going to give very practical and useful tips on following up with mobile customers. And finally, Elise will speak on how her organization used mobile advertising to acquire new people interested in her charity, and then how they use Constant Contact to follow up with them in a meaningful way. So just let's get started with the importance of mobile advertising. So today there are more smartphones sold than computers, and this was last year's shipment data for smartphones and computers. And what's worth noting is that computers include laptops, they include desktops, and they include tablets. So if you look at it, all of your customers are currently today on mobile devices. So it's extremely important that as a small business you explore mobile advertising as one of the potential media. This is another revealing statistic that was put out recently by eMarketer, is that people spend more time watching their phones than their television sets. So they spend 144 minutes watching, looking at their smartphones, and 141 minutes looking at their television. And we see this often, like when people during the Super Bowl, the presidential debate, they are looking at their TV screen, but then they are engaging with other people on social media or email on their smartphone. So to connect with customers, this is a paradigm shift that happened in the last 1 or 2 years. You have to expand your advertising to include mobile devices. So whereas previously before you could get away with advertising on a desktop, laptop, now you have to include mobile as part of your mix. And many advertising vendors are responding to this change. Recently Google announced a new enhancement to AdWords that allows small businesses to take advantage of mobile advertising in a one-click connection kind of way. Now, what are some of the SMB perceptions to mobile advertising? And I just want to run through a few slides that give market research. And this survey was conducted in about 30 countries around the world, including North America, Western Europe, Asia, and Australia, the oceanic region. So online advertising and marketing, SMBs are very open. Like previously you saw a lot of SMBs doing newspapers and classified advertising, but it has shifted. So what are some of the main priorities for SMBs? So one of the main priorities is to maintain a business website. And that's why Google, TurboTax and all have come up with a bunch of solutions that allow you to make a website in a few clicks. What's really interesting is that sending email marketing and promotions is the second on the priority list in addition to websites. So that shows how important email marketing is for SMBs. Now, here's mobile. It's a relatively new medium, and it's been adopted at a very rapid clip in the marketplace, and SMBs are playing catch up. Now, very few SMBs don't know about the opportunities of the for the mobile space, and a majority of them have pitched mobile within the organization, and about a fifth of them have actually conducted mobile campaigns. So here, if you see, 54% of SMBs around the world are very familiar or somewhat familiar with mobile advertising. And this is an important step in the adoption of any advertising platform, is familiarity. And I think mobile has broken the glass ceiling in that regard. Here's a very encouraging statistic for mobile. If you have already used mobile advertising, you're likely to use it again and again. And as you can see, the likely use of mobile is 51% if it's already used. A large part of it has to do with the ability of mobile that's not there in desktops and laptops to reach your local customers. So you can target people who live in your zip code, or if anyone's walking by your store, you can serve a coupon on their mobile phone, or if anyone searches for a product, you can use a local ad extension and drive them to your store or your business, or even drive a click to call to your storefront. So these are all advantages that are very unique to mobile, and that explains why when businesses who have tried mobile are likely to keep using it. Now, among those who've used mobile, 1/3 expect to increase spending on mobile. Now, this is an encouraging statistic given that mobile is a relatively new medium, but it also highlights the deficiencies in some existing mobile advertising solutions, is given that the whole world, as we saw, the number of smartphones is greater than desktops, laptops, and tablets combined. This number should be much higher. Now, why are SMBs holding back from spending on mobile? So a majority of them, 52%, said that they would increase mobile ad spend if they were to see better returns. So 52% of SMBs said that they would actually increase the mobile ad spend with higher ROI. Now, what would they like to be spending on? So in mobile advertising, there's a bunch of stuff you can pay for. You can pay for impressions. What this means is that every time your ad shows up on a mobile website or an app, you pay for it. So it's very similar to desktop advertising. Or you could pay for clicks. This is very similar to search advertising, such as the ad campaigns on Google. If a person sees your ad and doesn't click on it, then the ad's basically free. And if the person clicks on the ad and then you pay for a variety, based on your bid, your keyword price can be high or low. But what is really gaining traction is that SMBs want to pay for signups. Is that, many times people click on a mobile ad, but it could be an accidental click, or the attention span is so short on a mobile device, they just hit the back button and you end up paying for a click for a customer who never even engages with the content on your website. So what many SMBs are saying is that they want to pay for contact information. They want to pay for the email address. We saw earlier how important email is for SMBs. It's only second to having a website. So they actually want to pay for signups, which is the contact email information. Now, that was the research that was presented. Now, I just want to focus on one very specific problem with existing mobile advertising solutions that will help explain why mobile advertising hasn't kept pace with consumer adoption of mobile phones. So when mobile phones came in to the marketplace and has really exploded over the last 3-4 years, the ad solutions from the desktop world just made their way to the mobile world. A lot of desktop advertising was based on clicks, and a lot of initial mobile ad solutions have been based on clicks. However, the fact is the mobile devices are smaller than computers, or at least that's the general hope, that your smartphone is smaller than your desktop. So what this means is that mobile is a very unique device. So because the mobile phones are so small, people tend to click on ads more often by mistake than they do on purpose. And I'm sure this has happened to you quite a lot. You're playing Angry Birds and you're throwing a bird at a pig, and then by mistake you tap on an ad. The next thing you know, you're in the iTunes store or a mobile website. So 63% of US consumers actually state that they click on mobile app ads by mistake rather than they do on purpose. And you see a lot of companies reacting to this. Now Google's new ad solution actually asks people, did you mean to click on this ad? And if they say yes, only then is the advertiser charged for the click. But the problem with these existing click-based models is that if more than half the clicks are accidental, then you end up spending all your money on accidental clicks. And that means going into your campaign, 50% of your mobile ad budget is going to waste. Now here's a solution. This is one of the many solutions that's in the market. As I just said, companies like Google and Microsoft have come up with a bunch of ways to address this problem of accidental clicks, such as asking the person, did you really mean to click on this ad? And this is another solution which Pontiflex has got to the market. It's been adopted by several Fortune 500 brands like Southwest Airlines. It was used by Barack Obama and the Mitt Romney presidential campaign, and it has been used by over 10,000 small businesses. So the product is called AdLead, and it runs ads on iPhones and Android, and this solution addresses the click-based solution by de-emphasizing the click. So the business only pays for sign-ups, and we saw in the Borrell research that more and more people want to pay for sign-ups. And once again, a sign-up simply is the email address of a person who wants to hear more from your business. Now, how does it work? So a person is within an app, and this is an app called Color Effects. It's on the iOS store. An ad for your business shows up. Now, the ad is shown by the app developer at a time which is non-disruptive. Now, here the person is processing the photo taken at the US Open, and as the photo is being processed, there's downtime. So here's when the app developer shows the ad. Now, a person can select the ads that they're interested in and sign up by entering their first name, last name, email, and zip, or they can just say no thanks, and they're taken right back to the app. In either case, if they sign up, once they sign up with their email address or they skip, they get taken right back to the app. So they never leave the app. They continue interacting with the app content. And if they do sign up for your business, that email address is sent to your ESP or your email service provider, the solution you use for email marketing, in real time. Now, why is AdLead better than pay-per-click? It's been written about in Business Insider, Forbes, and bunch of publications, but Entrepreneur is especially relevant to small businesses, and Entrepreneur says they only pay for actual sign-ups, not for accidental clicks. So how does this work so suppose you serve these ads via AdLeads and someone signs up for your ad. So AdLeads will send a welcome email with a link to your website. So suppose you manufacture tennis rackets, you're a sporting store. So as soon as someone signs up for your ad, AdLeads will send an ad saying, thank you for signing up for Roger Federer's tennis equipment. Please click here and purchase and find out more about the product. Then, since you have that email address, you can use solutions like Constant Contact to send people emails that they have actually signed up for, and it's high intent because they've said, yes, send me emails, and you send emails to people with links to your website and your business phone number. So on a regular basis, on a weekly basis, or a bi-monthly basis, people are getting emails from your business, when you have special promotions, deals, and they're clicking through to your website and actually, engaging with your content on your website. And after you send a bunch of emails at a regular frequency, you keep getting new customers for your business, and what's even more important, that you get repeat engagement. So what can you send via emails? You can send information such as Tommy Hilfiger, or several local Brooklyn clothing stores send information. Hey, we have these new products for fall fashion week, or whatever. Or you can send special offers which many retailers use during holiday season, that shop now and take $40 off or take 50% off, and it's available exclusively to people who have signed up for an email list. Or you can ask them to join us for an event. Recently, a restaurant in Brooklyn called 61 Local had an event where they taught people how to compost, and they got over 50 attendees for this event. Elise's organization in Ties, as we will learn later in the presentation, also used the sign-ups generated via mobile advertising to drive attendance at an event. Now, while you're setting up your mobile campaign within your AdLead, you can choose to integrate in real time with Constant Contact. What this means is that you are telling the system that whatever signups I get via my mobile ad campaign, send it directly to my Constant Contact account. And Constant Contact is this great and really simple solution that allows you to send emails to all the people who signed up. And now using this solution, this integration, you don't have to have any knowledge of email marketing or whatever. It just happens on the back end seamlessly. So I sign up for your business, this integration is happening in the back end, and I'm getting your emails in real time. You don't have to even worry about it. So who is Constant Contact and what is email marketing? And to address that, I'm going to transfer the presentation to David Rogie, who's the Director of Business Development at Constant Contact.
Great, thanks Arun, and thank you Pontiflex customers for attending. Arun, you were going to share the desktop, and I'm going to bring up my slides here. Here we go. Okay, so folks, as Arun had mentioned, my name is David Rogie. I'm from Constant Contact, and I'm going to run you through a quick presentation on who we are, and there's a few parts to my presentation, who Constant Contact is and what is email marketing. And we're going to talk a little bit about how you build a better email list, and then we'll touch on content, delivery strategies, and the reporting that comes in each Constant Contact account, and then we can open it up to questions. So who is Constant Contact and what is email marketing? So I'm having trouble here with the slides. I apologize, folks. There we go. We are dedicated to helping small businesses succeed with easy-to-use and reasonably priced marketing tools. Our flagship product is the email marketing. We also have an event marketing tool, a social media marketing tool, a newly announced local deals tool, and then we have an online survey. This particular presentation will focus mostly on the email marketing. We also offer free local seminars around the country. We have about 27 to 30 reps that are in these regions that present to small business groups, and they're great seminars. You can go to these for free, and you can listen to professionals speak on how to use Constant Contact a lot more in depth than what I'm going to touch on today. And these are the areas that you can attend. If you don't live in any of these areas, all of these presentations are available online as well. So acquiring and keeping customers. As previously noted, we have a number of different products, and I'm going to stick mostly to email marketing. With relationships we have between you and your customers, they don't just happen. It takes a lot of effort. Research shows that it takes about 7 touches for a sale to occur, and as you know with your own buying habits, some buy right away, others research and then buy, and then some show interest but they need more time. Technology has made it easy for businesses to connect with their customers, and email is definitely the most cost-effective way. Everyone is using some sort of device, as Arun had touched on earlier. It's either a smartphone, a computer, or a tablet, and it makes a lot of sense to communicate with those folks with something that's literally attached to their hip. According to research done, we have statistics that show right here in front of you, you can see that email marketing has an ROI of $42.08 for every dollar spent in 2011. I'll touch a little bit on our pricing. Our pricing starts at $15 per month. It's based on list size. Again, email marketing with Constant Contact is a very inexpensive way to reach out to your customers. So email marketing is delivering professional email communications to an interested audience containing information that they're going to find valuable. You might ask, well, why do I need somebody like Constant Contact when I have an email, either Outlook or Yahoo or Gmail? With these particular types of send devices, it's really meant for one-to-one. Now, we all know that you can send out an email to multiple people through your Yahoo account, but you're really not getting the same look. I mean, this particular email is pretty bland. It's black and white, where with a constant contact email, you would have a lot more color. You would have your branding. You would have your logo. You would have different fonts. And then obviously there would be the tracking and the reporting results that you don't get with the Gmail or the Yahoo account. So moving on to building a quality list. In addition to collecting email addresses through your account with Pontiflex, other more traditional ways also, I mean, your website is such a great place to collect an email address. If someone has gone to your website, whether it's to get information or to maybe purchase something through e-commerce, have a box available for those folks where they can sign up for your newsletter. If they're interested to come into your site, they're probably interested in hearing from you on a regular basis. Facebook, great place to catch email addresses as well. If you have a Facebook page, fantastic. If you don't, I urge you to do one. People are more and more going to Facebook for information, obviously, and we have an app that's in our App Store that would allow you to have a Join My Mailing List for your Facebook page, and it's free of charge. So next we can concentrate a little bit more on email content, some delivery strategies, and some reporting. So content has to meet your objectives. You need to plan for creating your email content. Constant Contact is a do-it-yourself product, which is why our prices can be so inexpensive or are inexpensive. Content is hard for some small businesses as well. We know that there's not a lot of time to do this. We do have partners also that can help with content, and those are available on our website. But for the most part, our customers are very good with content. And it's really what you want to tell your customers. So you want to promote something, whether it's a special or a discount. You want to increase the web or your store traffic. Maybe you're having some sort of an event or a fundraiser, and you want to inform them. And then this is going to lead to more increased loyalty, and it's going to encourage more referrals, because people can easily just forward that email to a friend or someone who might be interested in what they're reading as well. So coming up with valuable content, sharing your expertise. Maybe you're a yoga studio and you want to talk about different type of yoga moves or different type of stretching or different type of health and fitness articles. Those are easy to write for someone who's in that business. You want to use facts and testimonials, giving guidance and directions on what it pertains to in your business, and then really talk one-to-one with your audience, acknowledge them. Through the process of creating that email, you get much more readership and much more interest in your emails. Keeping the email content concise. We've all received an email that just seems to run on forever. There's ways around that to still deliver all the content that you want to deliver. So you want to basically host a lot of the content either on your website. You can host it through a link that would lead to a PDF document. That way the email just doesn't look like it's overwhelming and the customer just doesn't want to read it. You'd have a short bullets, you'd have a nice image, and it would get their attention, and then they would be able to read on as the slide shows you here. Branding, very important in some industries, not so much in others, but we have the availability here where we could match your email template to what your website looks like, and again, that would be a consistent message. Maybe you're part of a franchise, and that's a service that we do offer here, where it would include your logo, consistent colors, meaningful graphics, and things like that. So that's something that we do offer as an additional service, but rest assured it could look something similar to this, where the website and the email template would match. So these statistics I'm going to share with you now, frequency and delivery time. So we keep track of all the sends that we send out, and it's millions and millions of emails a day and hundreds of emails a year. And we have found that, based on the open rates, that the best times to send these emails during the week would be on a Monday and a Wednesday, and the time of the day between 10 and 3. These are just basic statistics over millions and millions of emails, but really it could depend on who your customers are and where they are and what they're doing with their day. I mean, for me, for instance, I mean, I like to come in on a Monday morning to the office. So I'll have a bunch of emails. I can put them in different folders. I can follow up with them later. I can open the ones that are critical to start my week. So you can see where Monday might be an important day for some people. So these are not set in stone. And you could easily test this by sending out an email at a certain part of the week and a certain part of the day, doing it on a later day at a different time, and then comparing the results. And that would be when you'd want to stick to that schedule going forward. Getting an email opened, very important. We've all seen emails that we don't open, and we all seen emails that we definitely want to open. The name that the email is coming from, your name, you want to make sure that it's visible as the from. So you don't want to send something that they don't recognize because they'll never open it. You want to include your organizational name or your brand. And you want to be consistent with that too. You don't want to send one out one week that has a different from address. As far as getting the email opened, we have found the most critical part of an email to get it open is actually the subject line. People will make a decision almost immediately whether they want to open that email based on what the email says in the subject line. So you want to put something in there that's short and concise and that gets to the point and gets them to open that email. Spam. We've all heard of it. Spam is basically it's an email that's unwanted and it's an unsolicited email. You didn't sign up for it. So when you're doing your emails, you want to make sure that you avoid certain characteristics that spammers are using. And you can see a few examples of them here. Guarantees, credit card, all capital letters, excessive punctuation, dollar symbols, just stuff that just really, you've seen it, you know what it looks like. When you send out an email, you want to make sure it looks like it's just coming from you to the customer, and there's none of this junk, if you will, inside of your email. Next slide is reporting. So in every single account, we're going to keep track of all of your campaigns, when it was sent, what the name of the campaign is, how many you sent out, and then as you can see, I've highlighted at the top here other information that we track. So a lot of customers want to know how many of their emails bounced, meaning that maybe the email address of the recipient changed, or maybe they had an out of office. Spam reports, very important. Constant Contact is extremely strict on spam reports, and we'll show you who flagged you as spam. We have opt-outs, people who, you know what, they didn't flag you as spam, but they just don't want to see your email anymore, and that's perfectly acceptable, and they just go on their way. We show you who did that, and you can take those out of your list. We show you who opened the email. We show you what they clicked on, so if you had links in that email that led somewhere else, we'll show you what the most popular ones were, and then we can show you if the customer actually forwarded the email. So that's it. As I mentioned, it was a pretty short overview. It wasn't going to dive really into the actual product and how to use it. And Arun, if we want to open up the questions, or do you want to go to Elise right now?
Let's go to Elise. Let's go to Elise right now.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, Ellie? Yes. Can you unmute?
Hello.
I can hear Elise.
Great. Hi, Dave.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you unmute me, please?
Arun, can you hear me okay?
Can you unmute me? Can you unmute me?
You're a little light, Elise. It sounds like you're far away.
Okay, I can just speak louder.
Unmute me. Elise, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We got the slides up, so you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay, that's fine. For some reason, I'm just having trouble seeing the slides all of a sudden.
You can't see the slides?
I'm not seeing the slides either.
Okay. I'm sorry
I
for
saw all
this.
of these, and now it's not coming up, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
So give me a second, really. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay, now you should be able to see the slide.
I see them.
Great.
Great. So yes,
okay.
As Arun was saying, I'm the CEO of NYC Ties. So we're a group of young professionals in New York. And what we do is every year we pick a charity to partner with, and we fundraise for them and volunteer with them. And we used ad leads and constant contacts starting last year in the fall when we were partnered with FedCap, which is a charity in New York that helps get jobs to people that have trouble finding them. And so that's the partner we had last year. And Arun, you can move to the next slide, please. Thank you. So what we did with ad leads was we created an ad that would obviously show up on the mobile devices. Why mobile is so crucial to us is that we are all young professionals. Most people are probably under the age of 27 or 28, so everyone's on their phone all the time. Also really important is that while we have our leadership team, and again, I'm the CEO, the large majority of our contingent is volunteers. So we're not all in the same office. We also have a very low budget. So we really needed something to expand our reach pretty quickly and cheaply. And ad leads was able to do that for us really quickly and exactly hit our demographic. So we created an ad about our annual gala, and as you can see in the details, all the funds raised went to FedCap's garden, and we had this big party at 4040. We were able to hit over 200 people in attendance, which was a milestone for us, and our goal was to make over $10,000. And because we were able to get so many people there, we actually hit 11,000. So that was huge for us. Okay, Arun, thank you. Perfect. So this is what the ads look like. And as we saw in the slides earlier, we would do sign-ups. What was really important with the sign-ups for us is that, again, as I said, we have a very small team, and no one's really full-time. And so we didn't have the marketing budget or bandwidth to really commit to anything full-time. So this was able to hit our demographic quickly and easily. And then because everyone was working through constant contact, as Dave showed, when you're trying to sell something, it usually takes about 7 touches for someone to buy something. We're selling activities and volunteering events and kind of events and things to go to. So we need to kind of have at least 7 touches for someone to kind of believe in us and come to something, because not only if you're buying a product are you giving up your money, and also you're giving up your time as well. So it's really important with us that we have constant, he really has constant contact and that repeat engagement. I've gone through our constant contacts a few times and just, I look through the open rates and what people are clicking on, and I'm always very surprised because lots of the people that are clicking on things and reading through the entire newsletter, I may have not met them before. They're not necessarily our engaged members yet, but it's partly because it's kind of the 7-touch rule. And people are seeing the newsletters and reading them, and then it takes a little bit for them to actually come to volunteering events. But that's precisely why constant contact is so helpful, is that we can have that repeat engagement with them. And once they're familiar with something, they'll come to a gala or come to an event. Okay, I think I can go to the next slide. And again, as I was saying, ad leads and constant contact were huge for us. We've been around for about 6 years. We started using ad leads in about October, and in just about 6 months, we've almost doubled our constant contact list. So people are really clicking through. And again, just to reiterate, lots of our people are volunteers, so I don't have an employee dedicated to kind of growing the business. So this is a quick and easy way for us to hit our exact demographic. All right, I think the next slide we can move on to. So I think too, and just in addition to what Dave was saying and what we've all been talking to before, again, because we are so small, constant contact has been a really great way for us to brand, and it is that cohesive branding that we need because we don't have someone dedicated to that. and also because we'll have all these volunteers, I might have a volunteer that's helped with my Constant Contact but does not have a tech degree or a design degree, but because it's so easy to use, all of my volunteers can get in there pretty quickly, and we have our newsletters that go out weekly. As we suggested, we've tried different times. Later in the week tends to work best for our demographic, but it's given us that kind of quick and easy formatting and branding that we're not able to spend time on, but it just does that automatically. It's also been great for showing pictures. You know, everyone kind of relates to a picture well, so we can put in a lot of images. And as Dave pointed out too, we by far get the best open rates, and we do kind of a unique blast. Right now we're on a weekly newsletter send, but when we have like a big gala coming up or a special event, we'll send out one blast about that one event, and the open rate's probably about 10 times as great for those. So those will kind of be my suggestions to anyone going in with their own Constant Contact accounts.
So thanks very much, Elise, for that great information. So just in quick summary, the mobile opportunity is really big for small businesses. You should be thinking about doing mobile advertising given everyone's on a smartphone. And, you know, Athletes is one approach to mobile advertising. There are several new solutions coming out every day. So definitely, you know, you can keep in touch with what's coming up through the usual technology sections of your newspaper. But what Athletes does is that you never pay for a wasted click, which is a big problem on mobile phones. Furthermore, you get new email addresses of people interested in your business, and like Elise was saying, you can message them at a regular frequency and drive action and repeat action. And then you can send emails using, you know, Constant Contact to drive people to your website and actually get them to engage with the content, buy new products, and do stuff like that. Now, before we take questions, we have a special offer. If you go to adleads.com/constant contact, you will be able to get $50 off a mobile ad campaign. And that's an offer just that's exclusive to Constant Contact users. So right now, we are going to take questions. I have 2 questions here. So one from Matt is, what's the cost of a sign-up? The cost of a sign-up depends on your business, really. So it depends on what industry sector you are. Are you a finance? Are you in sports? Are you in entertainment? It also depends on what area you're looking to target. So are you looking to target Baltimore, New York, Hawaii? So by different geos, your cost would vary. So the quickest way to find out what the cost of a sign-up is to log into Athletes, create an account, and it will give you the cost per sign-up before you go live with your campaign. So it's very similar to Google AdWords in that regard. And there's actually another question for David, which is for someone new from Jay, which is someone who's very new to email marketing, what are the support options offered by Constant Contact? So David, if you want to take that.
Sure. So support with Constant Contact is a big part of who we are. We have prices, as I mentioned, that start at $15 and go on up from there. But every customer who joins has free unlimited support, including phone support. So for those customers who are not very tech savvy and you might be having trouble uploading a logo or maybe getting your campaign set up, you can call a toll-free number and you can talk to a human about that. We also have online chat, email, and Facebook support, but rest assured that the phone is there as well.
Great. So that's all the questions we have for the day. So thank you very much for signing in, and thanks to David and Elise for presenting their points of view on this topic. So we look forward to seeing you at a future event, and if you have any questions, you can email me at arun@pontiflex.com or even Dave at droge@constantcontact.com. Thanks so much, everybody, and have a great afternoon. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for arranging.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.